everyone, thanks for joining me and welcome to the SIP Studio online tutorial. Today we're going to be painting our lion. You would have seen a picture of it when you purchased our art kit. If not, I'll just quickly grab it for you. Okay, so this is our lion. Now we're doing a little bit of a different one tonight. We're actually going to put some ears on ours, but it's basically going to be exactly the same as this. Now probably the hardest part of this line is the sketch. So we have actually included a downloadable PDF of the sketch, and you would have also got one when we sent you the art kit, but I'm going to sketch along now. So I've broken it down into steps so you can absolutely sketch along with me. Now, before we get started, I want you to get all of your paints out. So you should have a blue, a yellow, a black, a white, and a red. And if you have any other colors at home, feel free to grab them too. You also need to get out your paintbrushes that came in your kit, and of course your paint palette. Go get some water, so get a mason jar or a cup because we're going to be needing water, and I would also advise getting maybe an old cloth or some paper towel just to wipe off excess paint. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to pop this guy away. We'll just pop him back up here. Okay, we are going to get started on our sketch. It's the very first thing we're going to do. So take your paints away because we'll be using them a little bit later. And I want everyone to get out their pencils. All right, so once you've got out your pencil, we're going to start sketching our line. Now, as I said, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. So take your time with it. I'm going to do it quite slow so you can follow along with me. So the very first thing we're going to do is the nose. So you want to start, you need to make sure you're exactly halfway, and you're probably 2/3 or so down. So you want to be about here. So it's just under halfway, but directly in the middle. And the first thing we're going to do is like basically an upper lip shape. So we're going to go down like that and down like that. So it's the upper lip shape, but we don't actually draw lips, we're drawing a nose. So from there, you want to find the center and go down a little bit and draw a little dot. And then you're going to connect that upper lip down to that dot. And that creates our nose. Now, the next thing we're going to draw in is our lion's top of his nose here. So it's quite easy. Basically from here, we're just going to find a point. So you want to basically draw a line like that and a line like that. So just come up, about there's fine, and do the same here. And that will be fine too. So you're basically sort of going up, but you're not totally touching, okay? So go up to you're about 1.5 centimeters apart. And then that's the nose done. So then from there, we want to draw our cheeks. So we're just gonna come down just like this, drawing our cheeks in, and we'll go 1 and go 2. Now, whilst we've got that bit, draw in the bottom mouth, just like that. Okay, let's draw the roundness of the cheeks, and the cheeks are gonna come back up to meet here. So bring your cheek right around and to there's fine. And bring your cheek around probably to about there's fine. Now we want to draw a line from here to here and here to here. So let's draw one line, stop it there, and let's draw our other line and stop it there. Excellent. Okay, so we've done that. Now we're going to come up here and draw our eyes, and they're pretty simple. So from this point here, draw the top of the line like you're drawing like a winged eyeshadow, and here as well. Excellent. Now we're going to draw in the pupils. Well, the pupil will be a bit smaller than this, but this is where our eye is going to be. Just like that. So our line's starting to come together. Now the next part you want to draw are the cheeks and the top of the head. So the cheeks start from this bottom mouth cheek. So we want to draw the side cheeks. So just come up, come around, let it come out a bit. It doesn't need to touch here, but it's about a finger apart. And just bring it and slightly dip down till it's about the middle. Do the same over here. Bring it out for a little bit of a cheek. Come past. Again, we're about a finger width apart. Around. Oh, and we want it to dip slightly in the middle. So that's looking pretty good. Okay, now we're going to draw our ears in. So this line's going to have ears. Our other one didn't, but I feel like we need to put ears on him. So pretty simple. They're just going to go up. There's one. And let's try and find roughly where that bottom would be. And up and around. And we can draw the insert as well. Okay, so there's our line sketch done. So I promise you that is the hardest part of our sketch. So just another thing that we can do just to separate the colours, I'm going to use, it's optional of course, but I find this a really easy thing to do. Just to break up the face, because it can be hard knowing where to put all the colours on the face. Like this is easy because, you know, they're separated areas, but here it's all one big area. So I found the easiest thing to do is from here, now you don't have to press very hard, just draw a line that follows it down to here. So straight away we've broken up the face. Do the same here, draw a line, and you want it to be roughly so it meets, so it's sort of symmetrical. Oh, okay. Let me just make sure that we're back, that you can see. Oh, I actually saved it pretty well. And let me just bring it here a bit. There we go. Okay, so we've done that. So we're separating our eyes. Now we're going to do another one. And this one is just going to be around this way. And you want to try and get them to roughly meet. So now we've got another separate part. So this is just breaking up our face. It's just easier to do it now. And then I find with this here, if you sort of do a V, it then breaks it up again. And now there's just one more part that I find it easy to break up, which is all this. So we don't want all this to be the same. So instead what we're going to do is from here we're just going to draw one line and one line, just like that. So now we've got separated areas, so it makes it a lot easier when we're going to paint our lion. Okay, that's all the sketching that we're going to do, I promise. Now, once we've got our sketch done, if you haven't caught up, just pause this, rewind, go back, and then till you get the sketch right. If not, even have a look at the sketch we provided you. But if you follow those steps, I promise it will be easy. And then once we've drawn our sketch, the next thing we're going to do is get our paint out on our paint palette. So yellow is going to play a big part in our line. Now, you can opt to do the sort of line's natural colors, so it will be like yellows and oranges and browns and reds if you want. But I'm going to do mine quite colorful, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So first of all, we're going to get quite a lot of yellow. That's heaps of yellow out on our palette. And of course, I want to get a bit of white as well. So let's pop some white on. Now we will be using quite a lot of white in this because we're going to mix the colors with a lot of white. So get a decent amount on your palette. So we've got some white. And we of course want to have a little bit of blue. So let's put some blue. And we want to have red. So we'll get our red out. And black is the very last colour, so we probably don't even need a lot of black yet. We'll wait to the end for black because black's going to be our finishing colour. So we don't really need it. Okay, I might even put out a little bit more white because I want to mix some of these colours with white. So I'm just going to put just a bit of white next to our colours so we can mix up other colours. So this is what my palette is looking like, okay? Just like that. So I've got yellow, red, and lots of white. All right, let's get painting. So obviously there's no background with our lines. So what we're going to do is, for our background, we're actually going to be painting like line stripes. So you can either freehand do this or you can just quickly sketch them in. So I'm going to show you how to quickly sketch them in. So basically it's just going to be lines like this. And you can make them wavy. And they're coming out from the line. More here, like that. And then in the larger parts, you're going to do shapes like this. And you might even, maybe one will just come like that. So we do want to try and break it up a little bit. There we go, we can do one there. All right, I think that looks pretty good. Look, we might break this up here and we might do maybe one there. I suppose we better do one here too. There we go. I'll fix that one up down there. Okay, so you don't have to do that. You can definitely freehand it, but I do find sometimes this is easier. Now, let's grab, I want everyone to grab their biggest brush. So this is mine. Now I find it easy to do one colour at a time. So the first colour we're going to put on is yellow, but I do want to mix our yellow with a tiny bit of white. So let's just grab some white and the yellow. Let's mix it up. Now this will just thicken up our paint a little bit as well. Excellent. Okay, so we've got our paint thickened up a little bit, and it's also just changed that colour yellow slightly, which won't be so bright because we're going to actually change all of these colours. We're not really going to paint with just one colour without a white base on it. All right, so let's start with where we're going to put yellow. So the very first section where yellow is going to be is on the nose. So let's just start on our nose. Now remember that black is going to be black. This is black. So if you go over the sketch slightly, don't worry about it too much. Okay, so we've got this part here of our nose. Now we're going to bring this up because this is all one section, and this is going to be yellow as well. Now let's just do it here. I just find with these rainbow paintings, it's easy to just do one colour at a time. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Excellent. All right, so that's our yellow painted in on the head. Now let's start putting some yellow in the background. Now it's up to you where you want to do it. Just find spaces. You kind of want to do it a little bit even around everywhere. So I'm going to do one on this side. there's one bit of yellow, excellent. And I might come down here and I'm going to do this area here yellow. But you decide where you want to put yellow on your painting, okay? It doesn't have to be where I'm putting it on mine. Your stripes might look different to mine, or maybe you are freehanding. You haven't done a sketch for this background section, so yours will look totally different altogether. Now, if you are not painting in the rainbow colors, I still recommend you do the exact same thing. You start off with the yellow, and then instead of maybe going to blue or green or aqua, you will go to maybe a red or an orange instead. That will be just the only difference, okay? All right, I might do down this one here, yellow. Now, if you're finding this hard with the big brush, you can absolutely change brushes and use a smaller brush if you're more comfortable with that. But it's just good to get yellow out of the way. And because we don't want our colours to mix, we also want our colours to dry as well. Okay, where else shall I put some yellow? Perhaps we might put some yellow here as well. Now there will be a couple of sections that we are going to leave white, but before we get to them, I promise I will explain what areas they are. Okay, let's do some more. I might do yellow up over the ear, perhaps, like that. And bring that down. Now this is why we get a lot of yellow out on our palette, because we use quite a lot of it in this painting. And I might put it down here. And it's looking pretty good. Where else shall we put it? Maybe that would do. Just sit back and just reassess and have a look at your own painting. Because there's quite a lot of yellow in that head already, we don't want to go obviously overboard with it, but look, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's probably a good mix of yellow. Look, I might even do one more here. Why not, huh? Now, because I've got so much yellow up here, I don't want to go overboard up the top. I'll reserve that for sort of some other colors, but I'm putting a lot down here. Okay. All right, that's looking pretty good. Now let's start on another color. So it will be up to you, whatever color you want to do, but I just find it's easiest going from yellow straight to another warm color, which is orange. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to get a bit of yellow here and just take a bit of red, and you're going to just start to mix it in. Now, the color orange you want will depend on what you want. Maybe you're happy with this lighter orange, and absolutely go ahead and just use this color. If you want it to be a little bit darker, just add a little bit more red, just like this. But I'm gonna add a little bit of white in with mine as well. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that color at the moment. So let's start doing some orange. So I am actually going to do some orange here. So on the face. Now when you're painting it, make sure it's coming down and around. And same here. It's coming down and sweeping like that. Okay, sweep that back up. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. I might just go over that slightly. So as you can see, the orange is a lot darker than our yellow. Okay, some more orange. I might put some orange, where shall we put it? I might actually put it in our ears. There we go. And let's put it over this one too. Excellent. Okay. Some more orange. Where shall we put it? I might put it here. Now we're going to go just exactly what we did with the yellow. Find places where we should put the orange. Now you can paint the sides and the bottom of this canvas if you wish as well. It's totally up to you. And I might do that one in there. Now I did sketch very dark just so you guys can see it who are watching this tutorial, but you definitely don't need to sketch as dark as me. Most colors are going to cover it up. The only color you're probably going to see it through is the yellow, but by the time we go through and finish everything, you probably won't really see much of it anyway. And I'll just pop that there. Now I do have quite a lot of orange here, but I feel like I need a little bit more down here. So I might paint this inside orange. Kind of looks like a flame, doesn't it? Okay, there's one. And I might put it here just to sort of even it out a little bit more. Just like that. Okay, so stand back and have a look at your painting and see how it's looking at the moment. So I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking right now. I think it's got a good mix of colors in it for the moment. If I need to come back and maybe add orange somewhere else, I definitely will, but for now I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so the next color I'm going to move on to will be a pink, since we're going to stick with the warm colors first and then we'll do the cool colors. It just makes it a bit easier. So to do that, I do want to wash out my brush because it is very orange at the moment. So let's just wash that out. Okay, fantastic. All right, so I am going to do a little bit of pink. So I'm just going to grab my white and a bit of that red. And you won't need a lot of red to make it pink. It will go pink quite quickly, but it's up to you the color pink you want. If you want it quite dark, then you need to add more red. If you want it to be like lighter, so maybe you want to do your line in more pastel-y colors, then you need more white. But just bring it up and have a look. I'm pretty happy with that color, I think. It looks like a quite nice pink color. Yeah, maybe I'll go a bit darker. Why not? Okay. Now, where are we going to put some pink? So I am going to put the pink. Where shall I put you? I might put some under here. Now, when I'm putting it under here, I do want to leave a little gap under that eye that's going to be white. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So let's just start putting in the pink. But I want you to leave a gap just like that. And come down and sweep it up. Now the reason why we're going to leave a little bit of white is because the line will look tired if we colour that in, and we don't want our line to look like it's got big bags under his eyes. Now if we go over a little bit too much, like I probably just did there, that's okay. Once this dries, we can go back over it with white. Okay, I'll just leave that like that. All right, it's looking pretty good. Okay, now let's find some other areas. We're going to do pink, so I want pink in the main. So that's now, when you're doing pink and other colours, you can invite other colours in. So it doesn't just have to be all pink. So put, when you're doing it, a little bit of white on your brush as well. And that will just make it a little bit more interesting instead of just all flat colours. So a lot of the rainbow lines or giraffes or zebras even that you probably see are usually digitally enhanced. So when we do ours, there are going to be brush strokes. You're not going to get it perfect like those photographs, but that's what makes them a little bit more interesting and, you know, not look like they've been done on a computer either. All right, I'm pretty happy with that pink. I've got a little bit of white, which makes it a bit interesting. Excellent. All right, let's do some more. I might do maybe pink here. Okay, pretty happy with that. Where else should we do pink? I don't want to do too much, obviously, but we need to do a little bit. So I'll do some up here. I'm just standing because it's easier to get that top of the canvas. Okay, it's looking pretty good. So we've got our pink done up there. I might do one over this side. And of course, when you do yours, you choose to put it wherever you want. This is just where I've chosen, but of course you can definitely follow along and do the exact same as well. Okay, we've got pink there, there. And I might do one here. Just like this. And I might just leave that for now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now let's move on to our next color. So wash out this brush. Now you can either choose to do a purple because we've already got the red out. So that's totally up to you if you want to do a purple, or we can move on to the greens and the other colors. So I'm just going to move on to a light blue. because my lines are quite thick anyway. If you did really small little ones, you probably would need to do more colors, but because mine are quite thick, it's fine. So I want to do quite a light blue. So I'm just going to pick up, you can see my palette. I do want to also make green with my blue, but first I'm just going to do the light blue. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of blue and pop it in that white, and that's going to make a light blue for me. And because I don't want my blue to be as dark, there will be some areas I want to do dark blue, but for now I just want this lighter blue, and that's fine. Okay, so where are we going to do the blue? So I think I'm going to do blue along here, and I might make that aqua, I think. So let's paint him in. Now, if your areas, it's like mine are starting to get quite thin and you're finding it hard with this big brush, just swap brushes to a smaller box head brush. So I'm actually going to do that for here because it's quite small, but when I go outside the lines, so to speak, in these larger areas, I do want to use this bigger one. So I'm just going to put it to the side because I still want to use it. And let's just paint in blue using our smaller brush. So you will have a little bit more control when you use this brush. And of course, orange and blue always look great next to each other. I might just fix up down here slightly. Okay, let's do the other side. I'm just going to come over here. So I'm not leaning over that canvas so you can see it quite well. All right, let's paint him in. Excellent. Okay, let's just redefine that cheek area. Okay, so that's my first lot of blue. Now let's do some more. So I can either maybe do that blue or aqua. This here's going to have to be a different color. So I might even do that blue and do that one green just for now. I might even make it a bit of a darker blue. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Now I'm going to have to fix up this little section here, so bear with me. That yellow is probably pretty dry by now. Let's just get some of that off. There we go. I'll just leave that for that. Okay, let's do some more blues. I feel like I'm going to do blue down here in this area. So let me just grab my paintbrush. And it's really now just going around and popping in different colours to our sections. And then it all sort of comes together when we start using the black. Now quite a lot of paint on my paintbrush here. All right, I'm going to swap just to get up a little bit closer. There we go, that's a little bit better. It's a little bit harder standing up and painting than it is sitting. There we go. Okay. Now, let's pick another area that we might do. I'll just fix up this. That's a bit better. Okay, so we've got that blue. Maybe I'll do that green. I don't really want to do blue here or here because we've already got blue. So it really needs to be where there isn't. So there's an area spare there. So let's do this area here. Blue. And we might even have to go blue here just because we can't really do it anywhere else. But I think that's fine. So I'll just mark that so we know that's going to be blue. Nope, someone's got their music quite loud outside that I can hear. Okay, now I'm going to use my smaller brush just to get in. Just like that. Excellent. And I need to do blue down here. I can't do it there. I've already done it there. So we're going to do blue down here as well. Okay, we're getting there. There we go. Go around that little chin. I've gone in slightly, so we'll just do that. swapping brushes to the smaller one. Okay, excellent. So that will be fine for my blue. So let's wash out our brushes. Now you may need to have a water change at this stage. So I'm going to go and do that now. So you definitely may need to do the same. Okay, so I'm back with some fresh water. Now let's make a green. So of course to make a green is yellow and blue. So let's put our yellow on there. And a little bit of blue. Let's see what green we can come up with. A bit more blue. Okay, it's quite a bright green. I am going to put a little bit of white with this green. And maybe a bit more blue. Just to change that colour up slightly. Yeah, a bit more white. Let's just tint it down a bit. There we go. Okay, green. Let's start with the green. So we are going to do some green down here. Now, what we might do, just to make it easier, see how we might bring that out here and here. So that will be the black, just so it separates the areas a little bit more, makes it a little bit easier for us. And I'm actually going to swap brushes to the pointy head brush just because I've got some points. I'll just get that green off my brush. Now my yellow's dry, so I can rest my pinky on it. And this brush will give you a little bit more control again. There we go. And we'll come down. And there's one of our greens. And that's a little bit wet. So is that? How's this one? Yeah. It's easy when you've got to do brush strokes where you need a steady hand to rest your pinky. And when you rest your pinky, you can get a nicer line. So see how my green hasn't come up quite as far? So I do want it to do that. So I'm just gonna, so it's exactly the same. Okay, so that's my green done. Well, done there anyway. So I'm going to go around and do some more green. I might even do my ears green. Why not? I might change brushes though. Now I might even start adding in, when I'm doing the green in the ears, just a tad bit of white as well. So I'm picking up a little bit of green and a little bit of white at the same time. So I've got green and white both on the brush. Okay, there is one ear. Let's go and do the other ear. We can stand back and have a look. I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's looking pretty good. Now, these always turn out different because it depends on what colours you use and what tone of colour you use as well. Okay, ears looking pretty good. All right, excellent. So we've got the ears done, we've got the nose done. Let's fill in some of the other areas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this here green and this one green, and we might do some other colours in those other areas. I do want to use my big brushes because that is quite a big area. So I'm swapping brushes. And I'll pick up a little bit of white in it as well when I'm doing it. Okay, there's one. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Okay, let's see, how are we going? All right, let's introduce another color. What color shall we do? We might try and, so at this stage we can either do like a different color orange, or we can do a really dark red. Sometimes that looks nice. Or we can try perhaps a purple, or a different type of green, or a different type of blue. So it would be totally up to you, or you could just use have a look at what we've got. So I could easily put an orange there if I wanted to do that. So I perhaps might even do that and put orange there. Let's see. So we've pretty much used every color here. So I can't do green there. I could absolutely do green there. And this color here would have to be like a red. So you can definitely look, and that would have to probably be green there too. So you could definitely have a look and see if there's space to just put other colors. If you don't want to use all the ones that you've got, that's totally up to you. Or I would just mix up a whole new color and do a purple. So I don't actually like the color purple that these do mix up, to be honest with you. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and just use the other colors that we've already done. So I'm going to use that orange. So I might need to mix up a little bit more orange. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so orange again is red, yellow, mix up orange, a bit more yellow, and a little bit of white in this one. And I've probably lightened it too much, so let's just need some red. Or you can just do what I'm doing and mix up a totally new colour. Why not? I do like this colour, but I am going to use this colour somewhere else. So let's keep that colour. And I'm going to show you where we're going to use this colour. So I've mixed up a bit of a reddy orangey colour, which is what I wanted to do before, but I wanted that sort of for the cheeks. But because I've already mixed it up, we might as well just use it now, and I'll go back to those colours. So this orangey pinky colour, we are actually going to use here. So let's just do the chin, just like that, but I want to leave that white, okay? And the other area we're going to use it is here. So we're just going to bring it to come around just like that. Okay, so we'll bring it up a little bit more perhaps and drop it down like that. And let's do it on this side. And we'll drop it down like that. Okay. All right, excellent. So we'll just leave that be for now. We don't really, well, we can go up a little bit higher, I suppose. We are going to introduce another colour to these little cheeks, so let's just leave them. All right, let's try and find that orange colour again. Sometimes this happens. See, I put pink in it and that's what happened. All right, let's try again. So we are going to do a bit of red. We're going to do yellow. Now I need a lot more yellow than that. So let's get some more yellow. Oh. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that makes a little bit of a difference. I think it will. Yeah, it's starting to. Now I need more yellow. If I start putting white in, it's going to go pink. All right, let's try here. So that's my fault because I put too much red in. So it doesn't actually take a lot of red at all, you'll notice. All right, that's looking a bit better. It's more of a yellowy orange, and let's just put in a little bit of white. Doesn't have to be too much white, just a bit. And that looks pretty good. All right, well, let's use it. So I might even just quickly go over some of these other oranges because I just can't get the exact color, but that's okay. Let's just go over them slightly. And it thickens it up anyway. And we'll go over this here. Okay, let's just pop it on here. And we are going to use a bit of yellow here, so it will be fine. Okay, so there's my orange done. Now I need to put some more colours on. Alright, let's step back and have a look and we'll decide what colours we're going to put on. How's it looking? Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. Wash out your brush. Okay, let's sit back and let's see. Alright, I'm going to have to put green up there, so let's just do that now. Okay, let's put a little bit of green. Mix up a bit more. And we'll just go over that edge a bit. Okay. That's a little bit better. Alright, so we have got green. Now, still have this area here. I think I'm just going to have to do it blue, to be honest with you. So let's clean out this brush. We are getting there. Alright, let's just do that area blue. I've got plenty of blue left. If not, it doesn't take much to mix up anyway. We might have to have a little bit of white with our blue even. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad at all. And we still have to do all of our details as well. Alright, blue is done. Now we have still got one more colour. What colour shall we put there? I really didn't want to do blue, but I feel like it's heading towards that it needs to be blue because I've got every other colour there. So I think it's going to have to be. But maybe we can do it a little bit darker. Or we'll go back and do this lighter. Or maybe we will, actually, this is what we're going to do. We will make the face dark, like a darker blue, and then we'll do the outside in a lighter blue. go. All right. So what we're going to do is go back over this. So sometimes you need to just slightly alter your colours and paintings, but I don't think that's a big issue at all. Okay, I'm going to swap brushes because I do want to use that pointy head brush to get in those corners. And that is a bit better. That's getting in, okay. Now, of course, you might not have this problem. You might have mixed up more colours than I have. Or perhaps you've got the exact same issue as me. Of course, in the studio when we do this, we've got a lot of pre-mixed colours, so it's a little bit easier. You can just go up and grab another colour. Okay, I'm going to go on the other side. How's that looking? Yeah, that looks okay. And we're just going to quickly paint over this in that darker blue. I do need a bit of water though. White is a bit thick that we mixed it with. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, I'm getting there. Excellent. All right, let's step back and have a look. Okay, pretty happy with that. So now let's just do that light blue on that side. And then we're ready to start doing some more of the details and some of our black. All right, let's just mix in heaps of that white to that blue, just to make it light. That's better. And now we've got a different blue. It won't clash as much. Okay, I'm gonna go right up here and just go along that edge. All right, done. Excellent, that's a bit better. Okay, let's go on to our next stage. So we've basically got all of that line finally coloured in, which is great. Now, the next stage is doing some of the details. So first we're going to detail the chin, and then we'll move to the eyes before we do the black. So we want to get all the colour out the way. So down the chin, we've got this sort of orangey, pinky colour. Now the next colour that we're going to put there is going to be some yellow. So if you don't have yellow on your palette, just get a little bit out now. Now what we're going to do is just put a little bit of yellow through here too. Just like this. Okay. Now we are also going to do some yellow along here. So let's just put a little bit coming around here and here. Okay. Now we need to do the lines. So they're going to be smaller and come out bigger. So we're going to do 3 of them. So we're going to go like this. So I want to follow here. So we're going to go 1. And do the same on the other side. 1. And then coming from here, we're going to go 2. And same here, and 2. And then 1 more. 3. And 3. Excellent. Okay, let's leave that for now. So if you want to be really fancy, you can even use that orangey colour that we mixed up and go over as well, because we are going to have black over that, so you won't see it as much. Excellent. Okay, moving along. So now we are going to do the eyes. So the eyes are yellow and then there's orange in the corner. So the easiest way to do this is to start with the yellow and then put in the orange. So the yellow is just plain yellow. So let's pop it in. So just yellow. Don't worry, we're going over it in black, so yellow. Okay, we've got yellow in. Now we're going to introduce the orange. So the orange is going to be just in the corners, like so. And there is going to be a bit of a pupil, so you're not exactly going to see all of this, but we just, perfect. Okay, let's try and blend you in a bit better. Excellent. Okay, so that's exactly what we want, so we don't need to do any more there. So that is basically all the colors done. The only other thing that we can do, if you feel like me where under that eye you might have come up a little bit too far, just get some white on your brush. Of course, you have to wait till that paint is dry and just brush a little bit of white under here. Just like that. And we'll go back and do it so it's a bit thicker. Because we don't want our line looking like it's tight. Now that I've done that, I probably need to go and just paint that other side too. Just so it's sort of evened up. Okay, let's leave that. Now let's do the black. So if you haven't got black out on your palette yet, now's the time to get it out. So I'm gonna put away my yellow. Now you don't need an awful lot of black, but you still need enough to do the details. So here's our black. And let's get it on the palette somewhere. Okay, black is out. So the first thing we're going to colour in is our nose. So I recommend using your pointed head brush. You can put a bit of water with this black because it is very, very thick. You can also put a tiny bit of white with that black just to make it a little bit more of a dark grey than just black, because black can be very harsh on a canvas. So when we're painting and when we're in the studio, we will tell you if we are using black, just to mix in a tad of white, just to make it more of a dark charcoal. So we've got more of a dark charcoal there than just black itself. It's just not as harsh with our paintings. All right, excellent. Okay, so we have got very, very dark charcoal color. Let's start painting it in. So first we're going to start painting our nose. Now remember, put a little bit of water with your black and it will glide on a lot easier. All right, it's looking pretty good. So we're definitely on the home stretch now, and this is where our line is going to start coming to life. I'm going to come over this way. Clearly I'm better on the other side than this one, but we'll give it a go. Okay, excellent. So there's our nose all painted in. Have a look and see what he looks like. We need to fix it up. Do that now. So I might fix up that bump. And I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so now we want to come down here. I am getting a little bit close just so I can do it properly. All right, so we're coming down there. Now line's going to, as I said, it's going to start coming together now. So we want to follow this up to about where the blue is, okay? So let's go down and around. And just to where the blue mark is, just like that. And let's do this side, so follow it down and around. A bit more water, it will glide on better. Okay, that is looking better. All right, so with these dots here, we're going to start with small dots and go to big dots. So I'm going to do an example. So smaller, smaller. We'll just do two smalls because it's easier at the same time. And make sure you're putting a little bit of water with that black. And then your dots are going to get a little bit bigger. All right, make them a bit bigger. And then a little bit bigger again. And then bigger again. And we'll go right up to the end. Just like that. Okay. Now, we must do the same on the other side as well. So we're going to do small, 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 and small, small, small. And then we're going to start going a bit bigger, bit bigger, bit bigger, and bigger again, and then again, and then at the end. Perfect. Okay, he's looking pretty good. So we can, even if you want, you can bring our line down. I'm just going to fix this up here a little bit. So instead of a smiling line, we're just going to change it, and that can just come down slightly like that as well. Just like that. Okay, now it is time for our eyes. So whilst we're doing that, our eyes should have started to dry. So we need to do like winged eyeliner. So from the top here, keep going, follow that line, right to there. do it on the other side. So down, try and keep them symmetrical if you can. Right to there. And we want to go round that eye. And same with here. Around the eye. Alright, so obviously I need to do that other side just a tad thicker. There we go, just a little bit thicker. Now, we really want this to be quite dry, so mine's looking pretty good, so I should be able to do it. If yours is wet, don't do it just yet. So we're just going to fill in that pupil, okay? Okay, fill in the pupil. Now you can take your time with this. Try and get them looking similar. All right, that's pretty good. Stand back and have a look. Okay, line's looking pretty good. Now, there is still one more step that we need to do, and it's best to do it, actually, sorry, I missed a step. We've got little dots here. So let's do one. Oh. The easiest way to do it is turn this upside down and dip it in that paint, that black paint mixture. And you'll get a nice round dot. And it's about the size we want it to. And try and get them the same. Okay, excellent. Now, the other one that we need to do is the white dot in the middle here and here. Now, it is best to do it when your line has dried, especially those eyes, but I think I might just show you how to do it anyway. You need to get the brush and turn it again upside down, and you need to put it in white. So find a white without any other color in it, if that's possible. Now, I'd also recommend doing this with a larger brush. So find a brush that's got quite a lot of surface area on the end, because it's going to look better. So I'm going to use my big brush, which is this one. So I'm turning this over. All right, you need to get your white. I've got a bit of colour in my white, so I'm going to just get a little bit of white out. That has no colour on it. And I'll just pop a little bit on. You don't need a little bit, you just need a tiny bit. Okay, so dip it in like this, all right? Now, we want it to be here and here, so we don't want it in the middle. We actually want it coming over the white and the black. I mean, sorry, the yellow and the black. So we want it like that. And then we want it like that. So of course it's better when it's dry, so I might even need to wait until mine dries a little bit more. But that will give you a really nice circle when it's dry. So that's how you paint our rainbow lion. So there we go. I think he's looking pretty good. Of course, yours will look different depending on what colors you've chosen to do. And there's a lot more you can do. You can put a lot more features. You can do a lot more sort of fur-like if you want. That's totally up to you. But this is just sort of the base of, you know, how to paint it. And then it's up to you to change it and sort of put your own stamp on it, really. I'm going to try this again. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, let's try the other one. Yeah. So this is a good example of what happens when it's still wet. So I would just recommend that you wait till that black dries and then you put it in. But other than that, we're pretty much done. So that's our lion. So that was the original. And obviously I didn't go in as much detail because that's about a 2.5 hour long class, where this one's just been under an hour and a half, but you can absolutely go into as much detail as you like. But look, thank you for watching, and we have many more tutorials. This is just one of them, so definitely take a picture when you're finished so we can see it, and we'll put it up on our social media site. And thank you for buying a kit or downloading our tutorial, and we hope that you download more, and we'll see your paintings. Thank you.